Hello Cancer, welcome to Inner Divine Truth and welcome to November reading. Now, your catalyst this month, before I begin, I have shifted my tarot card decks for this month to read from the Art Nouveau, Golden Art Nouveau deck, and it's very small because it's a travel deck, but I am really enjoying reading with this deck so far, so hope you enjoy it too. And now we have the Temple Path as your overarching energy this month. This is, heightened intuition. This is accessing the sacred within to seek answers. There is a channel open with the divine, and you've been asked to seek guidance and to go within your own temple to find the light, to find your path, to guide your path. Sorry. Now, in the center of the reading, you've been asked to come from a place of strength, courage, fortitude, recovery. I feel you're now ready to shine. You've come from a period of darkness and into light where there is a strong sacred within, and it has cemented or solidified your strength. You have worked at multiple levels on, I feel, multiple dimensional levels, and it has solidified your field, your energetic field, and it has brought you tremendous strength where you have learned to tame. You've mastered the art of taming the ego, and you allow the divine feminine to shine through you, to speak through you. You need to stay focused on the healing, though. Three of Swords is here. That's still asking you to put in. There is some strength needed to deal with some deep pain. It's coming from deep past. That's the sense I'm getting here. In your recent past, we have judgment. This is that awakening. This is that call to judgment where the divine has made a call, and you have no choice but to heed the call. And that is what led you to your strength, what led you to your recovery. What is still calling you with the Temple Path here, they're still wanting your attention. There is this very heightened intuition, as I said, and the need to go within into your sacred temple and to see what path they want you to take with the judgment here. Could also be a legal judgment, though, like if it's in your everyday life. If you're looking for answers from me on that, I'm not very good with that, I think, but the judgment here is talking about I'm hearing forgiveness, somebody coming in asking for forgiveness, somebody having an awakening, and it's not you. It could just be through your process of transformation and healing that you're putting in. There is the strength being restored, and because here you are shining, it's like the way you're presenting yourself in this world now, it's coming from a place of strength, confidence, very confident, very artistic, very articulate. People are taking notice. And so here you are. I feel there's going to be a reckoning for somebody who's going to come seeking your forgiveness is the first thing I'm hearing. But I also feel that you were called to build that strength. You were called to build on your courage. You were called to shine, to not hide your talents because you were hurting, right? And they're saying, well, still hurting, that's okay. Keep that focus, allow your strength to heal you. Allow your own inner lion, right, to bring you that strength, the courage. But you have to allow the goddess within to heal, to be the one who's providing the nurture, the loving care towards oneself in order to complete this healing. That's here with the Three of Swords. Crowning you, what's motivating you, what's pushing you forward. And I have two not so nice energies. I have this King of Wands and the Five of Swords. And I feel this is somebody out there who was the cause of this hurt, who in a way this person served a purpose in pushing you to finding your own inner strength. And it was all divinely guided because we have the judgment here. It feels all like a divine process, and even though it might not make sense at the time, but I also feel it's a bit in the past now, that this is where you are currently, and even though you might be still hurting from this, what happened. So let me explain. The King of Wands can be a very overbearing person, very authoritative, very bossy, very just egotistical. And it could be that you're recovering from a phase in your life that where you were presenting like this energy, right? This is your reading. So this could be, you know, sometimes the cards can talk about our own energy and how we've healed it or moved on from it. So this could be a representation of a past identity, a past idea of self where we're very egotistical and we don't want to hear any ideas, or we don't want to believe in something else. We're so focused on what we believe in, and it's a very stubborn, stoic energy is what I'm getting. Or it could be somebody who has been the cause of hurt, cause of pain, somebody who is very narcissistic. Then we have the Five of Swords here, and this is talking about angry words. Now, if it's just you, it's talking about not being nice to oneself, having conflicting thoughts, too many ideas and thoughts and negative chatter in the mind, and that's conflicting in the at the mental level. But it's also not being kind to oneself. But if this is another person, so feel free to shift the meanings of the cards, because it is a general reading. I could be reading for you, but it's also, there's a cross watcher here, I could be picking on their energy as well. So it could be another person out there who was, not is, in that space, very bossy, very narcissistic, giving very conflicting. I also feel they had no integrity. And there was just a lot of back and forth here, and very destructive energy. Now, if this is your guiding force, so let's focus on the positive here. If this is what we're recovering from, you know, it's build your strength. It's that what I said firstly was that focus on what this person has had to teach you, whether it was an old part of self or if it's somebody else from the outside. This energy comes in, whether internal or external, comes in to teach us something. What is it? It has brought you here. So, and the focus should remain on that healing. The focus should remain on moving on from this toxic, stubborn, destructive force. Could be external, could be internal as well. So there is some introspection needed here, Cancer. We can't always blame others for stuff happening. So here, there is a need for introspection, and that's why the awakening is here. Now, if you have, you know, there might be some people out there who are not aware of this, and so maybe through this reading it opens that tarot can open up the deep psyche. So here you are, focus on this card, the Judgment. What is the divine trying to tell you? Here is your sacred temple path open, inviting you in, asking you to shed, to let go, to find your true meaning, your true talents, your true strength. There's no need to be bossy, to push and shove your way around this world, to be competitive, but in a negative way, to be competitive in a very hurtful way, because that energy is coming out of fear. So what is it that how can you put love in into that situation that allows for that healing? There's many layers to this. If you're fighting an egotistical self, it is asking you to sort of reassess your sense of self-worth, because it has caused you pain in the past. How you evaluate, how you understand yourself to be, is asking you to look at your true value, your true source of strength. It's not this. It's not being the the King of Wands. It's not being in a very angry, defensive position. It's not to be hurtful. What is it that makes you shine? It's that discovery, right? That awakening, that judgment. That judgment is that true judgment of our own selves, our own talents, our own being. That's where you're stepping into this month. What it's leading you to, I'm hearing the first thing, this is the Emperor reverse. Let me start with that. I'm getting ahead of myself. But the first thing I heard when I saw this card in reverse was rebel. Defiance. This is what it's leading you to. You no longer want to be subservient to this Emperor. When this Emperor is in reverse, again, he's authoritative. He is narcissistic. He doesn't work. He's in a position of power, great power, immense power. but it's executed in a way that it doesn't help others. It doesn't work for the greater good. So here you are with your strength and awakening cards here, and next comes the Emperor in reverse. It's almost like you are fighting an institution. You're not fighting, but you're toppling down an institution just with your sheer strength. With that divine feminine coming in and shining strongly, it's like it's threatening an established order. And it's a destabilizing force. Now, it could destabilize the Emperor within. Remember, the egotistical being that we all have within ourselves. The angry narcissistic side in ourselves is being destabilized, and it's the strength within, the divine feminine within, coming in to tame, to temper the ego. The Emperor in reverse. 3 major arcanas all lined up here with the strength card, right? Like it's like this on my table with the strength card in the middle. So this is all for some, food for thought here, Pisces. What are we destabilizing? What is that established structure that we are threatening within ourselves, around ourselves, externally? And it's that rebel within. I'm hearing defiance, that rebellion for revolution. And at the bottom of the deck, the last card I have here is the Page of Cups. Is that forgiveness coming in? Is that change? Is that compassion? Is that love? It's almost like you or people around you, the energy is shifting in such a way that there's no more, there's a lot of tenderness here. If there's one word for you this month, it's tenderness and awakening, right? The tenderness that's coming through with these 2 cards, the divine feminine being tender with the Lion here, and that Page of Cups. Forgiveness, tenderness, love, compassion. It's that shifting the modality with which we express ourselves in this world. It's no longer angry, egotistical, the wounded male, very masculine, the wounded masculine energy here. No longer working, no longer moving forward with this. There's a transformation, and that's, you've awakened to that, and that's where the divine feminine is shining through. And there's a balancing act happening here. Focusing on healing this month, and the divine temple path, the sacred temple within that's open and asking you to walk in, come into a space of sacred healing. All right, Cancer, I wish you all the very best. Take care. Bye.